First up on this list of things attractive men never do, point the finger of blame. Not me, them. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And unfortunately, we see this a lot from our leaders nowadays. They're all trying to push the blame off on somebody else. Gents, a true leader, one that's going to attract people to follow him, doesn't act like a whiny little. Here's the thing, when you blame others, you also give away your power to make the change. You're basically saying, hey, this isn't on me, it's on them. There's nothing I can do about it. Instead of passing blame, be the guy that takes on the responsibility. Yeah, occasionally you may have to pick up somebody's mess, but you're gonna build a reputation as a man of respect. That right there, gentlemen, will make you more attractive to women and men, no matter where you are. Next up on the list, attractive men don't let stress shrink their brains by 26%. Now, you guys probably already know, being an intelligent man makes you more attractive. But did you know that the stress, especially the stress that you're probably going through right now, can be shrinking your brain? So this goes back to a Stanford study done in like 1996. And they actually examined baboons, and they looked at rats, and they saw when these animals were exposed to stress over a long period of time that their brains shrank. But then there was a Harvard study that actually did this. Basically, they looked at MRIs of Vietnam vets. And what they found is these guys that had been exposed to a lot of stress as well, PTSD and things like that, their brains in certain regions had actually shrunk by 26%. What does this mean for you, and what can you infer here? Make sure to take the time to break away and do not stress out. You've probably heard that saying, hey, is stressing going to improve the situation? Most likely not. So why are you so stressed out? So many of us think, okay, this is just a time period I'm going through. And I do believe a little bit of stress is healthy, but don't overdo it. If you've been under stress for 3 months, for 4 months, for 5 months, you need to change up your routine. You need to find a way to not have this permanently affect, and it can, the shape and overall the way your brain works. So what you want to do is make sure to find some type of stress reliever. For me, it's exercise. Going out and taking nature baths, going on these trails back behind my house, getting out, walking, running, doing some fun stuff. I just installed a basketball hoop next to my house so I can go out and shoot baskets with my son. Point being, gents, find a way to reduce the stress, or that brain matter is going to reduce in size. Next up on our list of things attractive men don't do, they don't lie. For me, I've always loved Abraham Lincoln's quote of no man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. Now, I'm not saying you got to be mean, blunt, or insensitive to other people's feelings. I mean, when she asks, do these pants make my butt look big? There are many ways to give an honest answer. You could say yes, and you're sleeping on the couch tonight. Or you could just say, babe, those make you look great, because you've always liked that she's got a little bit bigger of a backside. You see the difference there? Yeah, that last one's going to earn you some points. Now let's get a little bit serious though, because the hardest person to stop lying to isn't other people. It's yourself. Gents, this is a harsh truth. So many of us lie to ourselves because we don't want to make change in our own lives. It could be the fact you're 40 pounds overweight and you say, oh, I'm fine with my body. No, deep down, you know you're not. Maybe it's the job you settled for 10 years ago and you're still doing. And now you're saying, oh, it's just the economy. I'm not going to change things up. Yes, you can. There are better jobs out there still to be found. Maybe it's the fact you can't get it up and you're saying, hey, honey, I'm not in the mood. I just don't feel like it tonight. Gents, if that's you, if you're dealing with erectile dysfunction, you want to check out today's sponsor, Roman. I've talked about Roman before because I love what these guys do. They make it simple to be able to speak with a healthcare professional who could prescribe real medication. It's simple, safe, and totally discreet. Seriously, gents, treating ED has never been easier. From the privacy of your own home, you can get a free online evaluation and ongoing treatment as needed from a healthcare professional with Roman. To get started, gents, I want you to use that link down in the description of today's video. Go over to getroman.com/RMRS. If approved, you'll get $15 off your first order of ED treatment. Again, that's getroman.com/RMRS. Guys, Roman is an awesome, trusted company we've worked with for years, so check them out. Use that link down in the description. Next up, attractive men don't need to boast. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen this guy. He comes in and he's always trying to one-up everybody in the room. If you happen to mention that in the gym this morning you had your personal best, a 350 squat, he's going to happen to mention, oh, I squat 450, what's the big deal? If you tell a joke and get a few laughs, he jumps in and says, oh wait, I got a better one. You happen to mention a time you went camping with your Boy Scout group and he one-ups you by saying, oh, I was the only survivor of my Spartan Agoge, which he completed at age 5, not 12. Point is, nobody likes this braggart, nobody wants to be around him, and don't be that guy. Why, some of you may ask, doesn't this improve your social standing? No, what improves your social standing is the way that others look to you, the way that others treat you with respect. And a if people are talking about you behind your back, laughing at you, believe me, other people are taking notice. Next up, attractive men are confident, not arrogant, and they know the difference. So first up, why isn't arrogance attractive? Because arrogance, whether people know it or not, is a signal to others that this person is dangerous. They've got an exaggerated view of their capabilities. They are so stupid that they don't even realize that they could be putting themselves and others in danger. And people don't want to follow an arrogant person because this person doesn't understand their own limitations. Now, a confident person, on the other hand, they have an appreciation for their abilities. They're not overconfident. They realize, okay, I can't fly. I have certain things that I'm maybe not good at, but they have an understanding and they build around this. They find other ways to mitigate their weaknesses and they double down on their strengths. Confident person is self-assured in knowing what their abilities are and how to use them. Next up, attractive men don't act like lemmings. You know, those little animals that get into this herd mentality, fly off a cliff into the ocean to their deaths. No, don't be that. You need to know what you stand for, what you're about, and live by those ideals. And sometimes, yes, there's something to be said about finding a tribe, finding a group of people that you connect with, build relationships. I'm all about that. But whenever that goes against what you stand for, and you've got to know what you stand for, then you stand your ground. You realize, hey, I can't go with you all down that path. This is what I'm about. For many people, it's going to be religion. Other people, it's going to be their own moral code that they've devised. Whatever it is, find what works for you and make sure to stick. You've got to have that rock, that foundation that you are built upon. Next up, attractive men have purpose. They have a direction in their life. They have a meaning. They have something oftentimes much bigger than themselves that they're going after. And if you say, oh, my purpose is to get a trophy girlfriend, that's not a purpose. And she's going to see right through that. If you want to attract an attractive person, then you need to know, okay, what am I going after in this one beautiful life that I've got? What am I going to go out there and accomplish? How am I going to change the world for the better? How am I going to make things happen? And it may be something, hey, you want to become the best engineer so that you can make your family proud and that everyone, you can be a great example for your little brother. It may be that you want to become a doctor. You want to start that nonprofit. You want to go out there and change the world. It may be something a lot smaller. Simply, you want to be the first person in your family to go off and get an advanced degree and become a PhD. Whatever it may be, understand that purpose, that drive, it's going to make you attracted to anyone that realizes that's noble in life. That is something that you push, you sacrifice for this. You go after it. And believe me, attractive people see this and they're attracted to it. So make sure that you've got a purpose, that you've got a mission, that you've got a direction. Because if you've got a bearing, if you're going after that lonely mountain far out there in the distance, other people are going to want to join you on that journey because they oftentimes are looking for markers. They're looking for people who are doing the same thing. They realize if we band together, we are going to be able to achieve what we want and get out of life together. And that is going to attract the person that you're looking for. So what video to watch next? Well, how about the different types of guys and which ones women are attracted to? And are you one of these guys? Which ones are irresistible? Guys, find out in this video right here.